Gromov Semyon, R791, and my analysis of book Cosmopolis, written by Don DeLilla. Don DeLilla was born in 1936 in Bronx, the son of Italian immigrants. But in fact, it's hard to imagine a more American writer. The range of key topics for him is a reflection and fears of American society in the second part of the 20th century. Baseball, media, conspiracy theories, the Cold War, and much more. Cosmopolis, postmodern, art house. These are things that I do not understand. A viscous abstraction 200 pages long. While reading, I was quite well imbued with the atmosphere of the book, but it is very difficult to grasp the meaning. The story describes 24 hours of a 20-year-old billionaire Eric Packer. His goal is to get a haircut at the barber shop on the other side of Manhattan. He is young, rich, and too successful man who constantly keeps a bunch of numbers and graphs in his head, but he absolutely doesn't know what he really wants from life. He is informed that the president has arrived in the city, and there is also a funeral procession is underway, so there will be a big traffic jams, and also his bodyguard received a notification about a certain threat, but Packer ignores this and sets off in his long white limousine. On the way, his employees, financiers, currency managers sit down to him. The dialogues are built with problems in grammar and syntaxes, so it's very hard to read it. Sometimes you read about 2 or 3 pages and you do not understand at all what they were talking about. From the dialogues and behavior, we learn that Eric is a very depraved person without his goals and ideas. He was just looking for some fun. Much attention in this book is paid into sexual intercourse. Nearly every conversation with the female worker in his limousine ended with sex. And moreover, very dirty and strange moments were described. At the same time, he had a wife with whom he accidentally met throughout the story, but she doesn't know the color of his eyes, and he doesn't know what she does. Every time they met, they were talking about sex, but don't engage in it. There are riots on the streets. People are rebelling against the total capitalism. Along the way, Eric is constantly reminded about certain threat, but he continues to drive on. The story ends with Packer, half-cropped, runs out from the barber shop with his chauffeur and heads to the parking lot for limousine. Previously, he had killed his guard. As I understand, he wanted to feel how it is to kill a man, and finally he left alone on the empty street, thinking that he lacked some kind of climax in this day. Suddenly a shot sounded, and Eric, inspired, ran into the pose of his killer. Then a long philosophical conversation took place in the apartment, personifying the struggle between proletariat and capitalist. The final chord of the story describes the thoughts of Eric after he shot himself in the hand. He believes that he is already dead, that he has always been dead, but that day had taught him a lot. Summing up, as I understand, the author was trying to convey inhumanity in the future capitalism, hence the crooked dialogues and the scraps of phrases. The author hyperbolized and imprisoned the capitalism system in one person. It was difficult to read, but I think the book has its own charm and idea. I'm afraid that I don't have enough knowledge and experience to understand it. I missed quite a few points in the book, but it's only because I cannot write about something that I don't understand at all. Thank you.